There's a lot of news about the work of Audrey Truschke, who is a professor in America and who claims that Aurangzeb was a good guy and that much of the crimes attributed to him have never happened. She's part of a slightly larger movement. In Zurich, 3 years ago, I attended the conference of the European Association for South Asian Studies. And there was a whole session, an all-day-long session about Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb through Hindi literary sources. And so the main theme, which every one of the speakers repeated that, was that Aurangzeb was praised by many people. Now, in the case of a ruler like Aurangzeb, that hardly proves anything. You can find a whole lot of eulogies for Stalin. In fact, if you fail to produce one, you were in trouble. Like among these eulogies was a confirmation of his good character by Guru Govind Singh. This is the famous Zafarnama, the victory letter, which is not quite victorious, it is very Todeist. You see, he is trying to curry favor with the man who holds all the cards, namely the Emperor Aurangzeb, who had defeated him. Now, you see, you don't need to know much to know that this is absolute nonsense. This flies diametrically in the face of the true story. You know, in those circumstances where Govind Singh was in a weak position, he may have had his reasons to be diplomatic towards Aurangzeb. But what did he really think? Now, usually I have a hard time looking into people's minds and you know, guessing what they think. In this case, I know 100% certain. He hated Aurangzeb more than any other human being on earth. I know this very, very sure. Because Aurangzeb killed Govind Singh's father and all his 4 sons. I don't think you need much knowledge about human nature to understand that he absolutely hated Aurangzeb. And yet, professors in Indology declare in all seriousness that, you see, he gave a testimony of good conduct to Aurangzeb. However, Audrey Truschke is right in one respect. In fact, all these Hindus who blame Aurangzeb, who think he was an evil character, they have a bit of a one-sided view of him. Aurangzeb was a very good guy, at least if you think that piety is a good thing. He was a very pious Eskimo. And he was a very ascetic man. Like he reproached his father Shah Jahan for living a very luxurious life and spending tax rupees on his silly Taj Mahal. And he himself lived very frugally. Yeah, he was a very good example in that respect. Now, the motive that made him live in an ascetic way is the very same motive that made him commit iconoclasm on a very large scale. The very same reason why he reintroduced the jizya on the non-believers. The jizya is the special tax that non-Eskimos have to pay to be allowed to live. Namely, his piety. Because he was a pious man, he was a very ascetic man. And because he was a pious man, he destroyed temples. So if you think piety is a good thing, then Aurangzeb was a very good man. Unfortunately, the religion to which he offered his piety That is where something is wrong. At any rate, a general comment: when the present political constraints that force people who should know better into saying all these nice things about the Eskimos, when these political constraints fall away, then there will be a widespread laughter at the funny intellectual contortions that secularist historians have thought up.